Hi.
Okay.
Stop, you can't be licking in my microphone.
Hello, lovelies. How are you today? I thought today we'd read kind of like a different story idea. So this is from the subreddit wedding shaming, r/wedding shaming. And it's just a question that somebody asked to everybody there. And I thought it'd be really fun to read real world responses, like real people's responses to this question. Okay, so the question is story time. What's the most ridiculous reason someone couldn't attend a wedding? It could be yours or any wedding. I'm on a wedding kick. Obviously, I'm getting married. So I love reading about outrageous stories and just kind of seeing what people say about it. First comment. My cousin was a wedding photographer who proactively offered to shoot my wedding for free. He offered about 18 months before the date. Uh-oh. This dude's not showing up, huh? About 6 weeks beforehand, he contacted me to say he was so sorry, but he'd been scheduled for hand surgery on the day of my wedding. I told him it was no problem as I didn't want him to feel bad, hope the surgery goes well, and managed to locate another photographer at almost no notice. A few months later, I looked at his website to see he shot another wedding on my wedding date. Of course he did. Of course, he was getting paid by that one, so he couldn't shoot yours because it was for free. What a douche. Question, are you still in contact with him? Answer, funnily enough, no. I don't really think that's funnily enough. You shouldn't be in contact with him. That's wild. All right, next one. They didn't feel like they could manage not to chain smoke for the entirety of the 30-minute ceremony. Oh my God. Hi, I have a guest. Come here. Oh, hello. This is Oliver, you guys. Hello. Oh, thank you. Okay. You want to come lay up here? Come here. Okay. He's reading with us now. Oliver's here with us. Hold on. It's a puppy. Hello. Okay. I can't resist him. He's so sweet. Oh, okay. The baby. Hi, baby. Okay. They couldn't not chain smoke for 30 minutes here. That's not real, is it? Oh no. Father of the bride.
Hi.
Okay.
Stop, you can't be licking in my microphone. Just lay down. Stop. Just lay down.
Was this a bad idea? Father of the bride. I won't know anyone and I'll be bored. Wow. All of his kids and grandkids were there. He had no other family and no friends to speak of, and it was a 15-minute civil ceremony. Cool. Okay. Thanks for your visits. Thanks for visiting. My husband's cousin, 30 plus, texted us 2 weeks before the wedding to invite his girlfriend too, or otherwise he's not coming. Nobody knew he had a girlfriend. Invitations were sent months ago. Numbers were confirmed long before that. But we also barely knew the guy. Somehow I managed to squeeze her in. That was very nice of you. At the reception, we realized the cousin, his girlfriend, and his sister, early 20s max, are not there. We asked their parents and they said, oh, they didn't feel like coming and stayed home to watch Netflix. The audacity. Can you buy that audacity somewhere? Is it bottled? Can you purchase it? Is it available for purchase? I feel like I would like to buy some audacity. My friend and her partner RSVP'd yes, but then didn't turn up on the day. When I asked them what happened, she told me, oh, the sun was out and the weather was so nice. You are lying. You are lying. Yeah, we live on the Gold Coast. The weather is always good. Beautiful one day, perfect the next. The Gold Coast, like Australia. Should I try to read this with an Australian accent? My friend and a partner RSVP'd yes, but didn't turn up on the day. When I asked them what happened, she told me, oh, the sun was out and the weather was so nice. Yeah, we live on the Gold Coast. The weather is always good. Beautiful one day, perfect the next. I'm so sorry. One of my friends told me that days before her wedding, half the family and a few friends just ghosted them. Never said why, but it was a group that they were all locally connected in a tight circle, so it was a group decision. That included the maid of honor, several bridesmaids, several ushers, and a lot of the bride's side of the family. What? It was so sudden that the wedding planner had to scramble on the wedding day to fill in missing roles for the no-shows. The bride's mother had to stand in for the maid of honor. It was weird and awkward. For years afterwards, there was no reason given. They went completely no contact, refused to tell anyone why, and other family members who demanded answers were also cut off. It was such a weird incident that it became known as the wedding event. It divided that family in half. There was speculation and theories, some unconfirmed rumors, but nothing made sense. All the half-heard rumors were strangely minor and petty, like it was about the dresses or they hated the venue. But they said nothing before the wedding, and nobody remembered any complaints that would have made sense for all the no-shows. The only thing they figured out was that the maid of honor's mother, the bride's aunt, was possibly at the center of it all. But why? And why would everyone do what she said? They never got closure. Last I heard, and that was 15 years ago. Oh my gosh. This blew up, and I contacted the bride this morning and asked if they ever figured out anything, and her reply was nope. If you need something else just as intriguing, I suggest this podcast. Oh my gosh, that's wild and really, really sad. That sucks. That's like somebody made something up. She made something up and people followed suit. That's really sad. All right, next one. I had someone say on the day of they couldn't come because they said they were sick, which is fine, but they never spoke to me or my husband again and blocked us on all socials. And when someone asked him why, he said, my church doesn't support divorce. It was my second marriage. Oh my gosh. Funny this never came up before the wedding day. What? A commenter to that said, just a tidbit I'd like to share on the hypocrisy of people. My grandmother was a devout Catholic. She had blazing fights with my mother over baptizing my sibling and I as kids. My mom wanted it to be our choice. My grandmother said we would burn in hell. That's nice. And loved to be holier than thou. She was divorced 3 Of course she was. She was divorced 3 times. Nothing wrong with being divorced 3 times, but like, don't make your entire personality about being a devout Catholic and then be divorced 3 times. Like such a hypocrite. And each time moved to a different parish, so the priest didn't know. Wow. Apparently the loophole is no divorce unless you manage to hide it from your new priest, in which case it's fine. Someone says, the only moral divorce is my divorce. Yeah, it is. Just stop it. Okay, next one. Sister of the bride. Brother-in-law wants to go mountain biking on that weekend. The sister of the bride? Your sister is like, oh, my husband wants to go mountain biking on that weekend. Sister didn't mountain bike and neither did their 8-year-old daughter. It was 1 week before the wedding. I never figured that one out. I think I would probably disown my sister if she did that. No, my sisters would never do that. They would never do that. Never. You know, I missed my sister's wedding because I was moving. I already had everything arranged. My lease was ending. I had nowhere to live and I couldn't just fly to North Carolina from Arizona to go to a wedding and then fly back and then drive all of my possessions back to Chicago. So I ended up having to drive alone everything from Arizona back to Chicago when I moved back home. Like my mom and dad, like they wanted to help me, but they're like, well, Amanda's getting married. And I'm like, obviously go to her wedding. Why would I obviously you have to go to her wedding, but I didn't go. Very sad. Next one. My aunt and uncle didn't attend my wedding because they were upset that my cousin, their daughter, is gay and coming to my straight wedding would remind them of her being gay. They literally told me this in a letter. God, people suck. Why are people so weird? People are weird, man. Next one. My own dad and his wife didn't attend because he wasn't giving me away. Literally sent him an invite, same as any other guest, no expectation of him attending as he lives abroad, which was a courtesy invite, really. Hadn't had much contact during adulthood, and he was an abusive SOB. He RSVP'd that he would be there. I arranged for him to be seated with his side of the family. He confirmed his attendance and told me his flights were booked. The week before the wedding, he messaged to confirm details of the wedding rehearsal, ? Wasn't a religious wedding, so no rehearsal and no pre-wedding family meal, etc. planned. He just assumed. Completely confused, I asked him what he meant, and he'd assumed he was giving me away, something that he had known a single thing about me. He would have known I'm against this tradition. My ma'am was walking me, my maid of honor, and my child. He messaged to say he was no longer coming to avoid drama on the day. ? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. My paternal nan and uncle left the wedding early to go sit with him at the pub. He flew over and went and sat at the pub literally yards from the venue. No, shut the front door. Shut the front door. He literally still narcissist. Narcissist. I don't care that we use that word too much. That's narcissistic behavior. That's him trying to get you to bend to his will because he's upset. Oh my God. Oh my God. He thought he was giving you away and made no mention of the other role of the father of the bride. Did he offer to make significant contribution to the wedding? I doubt that. Oh my gosh. That's... Oh, next one, aliens. Aliens. A volcano erupted less than a week before my wedding. My family was convinced that since my wedding was 20 minutes from the volcano, that aliens were coming to attack. Stop it. You're lying. You're lying. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, let's find one more good one. My little sister almost didn't come to mind because she didn't want to take a 4-hour train ride. It was too long. Keep in mind, 2 years ago, my partner and I took the exact same train ride to her wedding. My whole family had to reorganize hotel rooms and travel plans so they could drive an hour to pick her up, adding 2 hours to everyone's trip. Oh my God. That is crazy. All right. So that was the most ridiculous reason why someone couldn't attend their wedding. I loved hearing those. If you guys have a crazy reason or any other crazy story like that, drop it in the comments down below. I love reading those. Oh, it's juicy. It's delicious. Until next time, see you later. Goodbye.